I put you over here to help this team, and you didn't help the team.
Well, I tried the best I can.
I know you did, but you didn't help the team.
I can't be completely responsible for
I put you over here to help the team. You know that, right?
Yes, Mr.
Christie, you're fired. Wow.
All right, you guys. So I'm sure that by now most of you have heard that Kristi Noem has been fired. She's been relieved of duty. She has been catapulted out of her position. And a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. So I went ahead and I ran a poll. See, I said ran a poll instead of did a poll, or yeah. So let's check the poll and see what y'all think about it. So 82% of the people here said that they agree with Kristi Noem being fired. And I absolutely have to agree with that. There have been so many screw-ups, man, like just epic screw-ups and bumblings. And honestly, I don't feel like she's serving an actual purpose. I don't feel, not fired, reassigned, but she lost like the head spot. So, I mean, like a demotion that heavy has to feel like getting kicked right in the lady dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jax, is a lady dick a thing?
Not that I know of, but it's 2026, so sure.
Okay, see, it's 2026, so we can have lady dicks. It has to feel really bad. But I feel like, honestly, they kind of just had her as like a face. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like a misogynist and say that a woman can't do that job. That woman can't. If you would have like put Tulsi Gabbard in that position, Tulsi Gabbard would have kicked some ass. If you would have put Paulina Luna in that position, she would have kicked some ass. There are absolutely capable women that aren't disgusting dog murderers. See, I've never liked Kristi Noem because of what she admitted to in her own book, the disgusting murder of a puppy. I like people more than humans. I always like people more than humans. So when I find out that this bitch killed a fucking dog, bro, that's not tight. I'm not with that shit. That absolutely pisses me off. Before we get started with the rest of this live stream, and Dysfunctional said, pray for those overseas. I want to just take a quick moment of silence for everybody in the U.S. active military, all of our veterans, everybody that's been injured or wounded, all of those who served with those that we've lost, the families of those that we've lost. We are up to, last I checked, we lost 6 of our active duty. And Israel has lost 0. So, there's fucking that. But just a moment of silence for them and their families. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I really genuinely give a shit. I care about our military. That's part of why I'm so critical when we send them to do things that I don't necessarily see as in the American people's best interest. I get a little up in my ass about it because, I think about sending my son, my daughter, any of that. Like I would not want to send them to do what we're doing right now. Why aren't we sending Barron? That's actually a trending hashtag right now. Send Barron is a trending hashtag. And nobody's child should be worth more than anybody else's child. Let me just say that right now. So, if people are willing to send our kids, they should be willing to send their own. It should be all or nothing with that. Celtic said, got that Crusades shirt today. Like the fabric. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for rocking the Crusades 2.0 with us. Big love and respect to you. Serenity Gaming said, sup, JD, I'm back from the Herrera's election. Was a great meeting with all the unsub guys, and even better that we beat Tony. This runoff will be fun. Here's the thing, man. I'm glad you got to hang out with the boys. And I don't even know that this is going to continue to be a runoff because old Moni Tony, or as I call him, Moni Tanya at this point, because let's face it, Tony Gonzalez is a baby back bitch, and he needs to be stripped of his man card. He is an insufferable human being. He is a twatolophagus, and I don't want to give him the respect of having him have a great Italian name like for dudes like Tony. So I call him Tanya at this point. That dude, I think he's going to be beat the fuck out of this race. I don't think he's going to, I think he's going to have to step out of the race, if not resign entirely, because he's being called now. And we were going to talk about this tonight. He's being called upon by Speaker Mike Johnson and a bunch of others to full on resign. The ones that were holdouts and who said, yo, we should do an investigation and look into it, which that House ethics investigation into him started today or yesterday. And that very day, dude came out and admitted to the entire affair. And I have the video of that. Also, Trump refused to endorse him, even though he had endorsed him previously. He did not endorse Herrera, which I think there's a reason for that, because Herrera doesn't take AIPAC money, as most of us know. Herrera is not taking money from big PACs or corporations. And so it would probably not look good on Trump to the people that fund him if he endorsed somebody who refuses to take funds from them. But we'll get into more of that. I think it's really, really cool. It's looking really good for Brandon. And also, he is going up against a giant bulbous communist Monchichi. The Democrats had an outrageous amount of people come and vote for this incredibly large communist woman, which is a little crazy. It's a little crazy. I'm going to second this right here. Jason Jocelyn, Chad Bianco for Cali governor all day, every day, homie. That's what I'm talking about. Pete, what's up, buddy? Big love to you, man. Our homie out there in Australia. Hope you're doing good today, Pete. 45 said, did you see that one Marine who was pulled out of the courtroom? They actually broke his arm to get him out. Also, he didn't even flinch. Semper Fi. We were going to look at that, man. That has divided a whole lot of people as far as how they feel about that. Because, you know, normally, I mean, if that was an Antifa retard, I would be like, good, yank him out. This dude was not an Antifa retard. I feel like this dude earned the right to go in there and speak his fucking mind on what they're doing with our troops. And they probably shouldn't have given him a fucking compound fracture for it, man. But he G'd up. He was an absolute fucking Marine, the way that he handled that shit. That was absolutely insane. And that senator that actually yanked on him and broke his arm. We're going to be looking into that dude a little bit here too. I know that Nate just did a whole video basically dunking on that ginger retard. And my homeboy Heavy Duty Country is about to make a video dunking on him as well. So, you know, we might get into looking into a little bit of that. I don't like to speak heavily on veterans issues out of extreme respect for my veteran homies. You know, I try to not get too deep in that, even though I have my own opinions. I don't think that I've earned the right to speak on veterans and how they feel. But, you know, I want to get into this really quickly.
Mace put forward a bill that would have released all.
This is actually the older millennial. He's a dude that I'm mutuals with on TikTok, and I want you guys to hear what he has to say about this Congressional slush fund that comes out of your and my tax dollars. This comes out of our money, homie. Like, when we pay taxes, when they run our fucking pockets and tax us, and, you know, we say we don't want our money going to fucking pedophiles. Congress has a fund that they use of our money that they distribute to women that they've sexually abused to keep them quiet. And this isn't new information. We've known this for a while now. And in fact, the first person to tackle this, long before it got blown up because of Moni Tanya Gonzalez, way back in 2018, my dude Ron DeSantis, when he was a congressman, was the first person to try to get rid of this thing and to expose these fucking perverts, bro. A lot of people don't know that about Ron, but Ron was the first man to try to get this thing going. And of course, Congress back then said, we're not going to expose ourselves unless it's to minors. So let's hear what the older millennial has to say.
Here's 357 members of Congress that no longer deserve your vote. So Nancy Mace put forward a bill that would have released all sexual harassment and sexual misconduct reports from members of Congress. And 357 members of the House voted against it. It's amazing because at the same time, this man just went before Congress. Y'all know Tim Tebow, right? He just went before the Senate and begged them to pass the Renewed Hope Act of 2026, a bill aimed at helping protect children from sexual exploitation. Like, did you know that right now, 338,000 unique IP addresses in the U.S. access child exploitation material? That is the best PC way I can word that.
And at least 8 of them are probably, allegedly, Moni Tony Gonzalez. Just saying.
Guys, read between the lines and understand what I'm talking about. That is 338,000 people viewing that type of material. The craziest part, it keeps getting worse. Like back in 2024, there were 57,000 unidentified child sexual abuse images that were still waiting to be evaluated. This year, that number is up to 89,000, with roughly 1/3 of them being here in the US. Look, I know that we've come to expect very little of our lawmakers. Like, we just expect Congress to not fucking do anything. But it is so hard watching them when they have the opportunity to protect vulnerable children that they're not even willing to vote. Here's what I ask any of you. Look up whether or not your member of Congress voted against this. And then look up whether or not your member of Congress wants to pass the Renewed Hope Act. If your congressman is one of the 357 people here or one of the people that are against this, how about you take that as a sign that they no longer deserve your vote? Here's 3.
How about fuck a vote, homie? How about not just a vote? How about we initiate investigations into each and every one of them, check their fucking hard drives, look in their closets, see what type of diapers they've been sniffing, get them hemmed up, put them in prison, because anybody who's willing to turn a blind eye to pedophilia, to rape, to sexual abuse, I think there's a reason for that, homie. Like, I don't have it in my heart to know that that shit's happening and not see something, say something, do something, kill something about it. I feel like anybody who can just, nah, you know what? I'm not even willing to vote because it might make some people upset, is a coward and probably a pervert. Probably has their own weird sexual shit going on that needs to be looked into, and they probably need to be in prison. Now, you would think that it was all dudes that voted against this, right? And you might think it was all one side or the other. You know, I'm sure it was all, Democrats that voted against it or Republicans. No, it was very bipartisan. It was very bipartisan. There was only, I think it was, what was it? 214 Democrats voted against it. 218 Republicans voted against it. But you would think probably, okay, so it's probably all men, right? No, it was not all men. And in fact, the princess of virtue signaling herself, AOC, is one of the 78 female Democrats in Congress who blocked the release of the sexual misconduct reports. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or whatever the fuck her name is, she absolutely voted to side with sexual predators and not to expose them and to continue taking money out of our taxes to keep victims silent when the dudes in her party go out and sexually assault women and need to be able to pay them off with our dollars, with our dinero, with I'm so mad, bro. So the absolute
don't care about who's caught up in about who's caught up in the Epstein stuff. I could not care less. If you are implicated in it, if you are caught up in it, there are a lot of people who are victims, and there needs to be justice in these situations. Like, release it all. Release it all. Don't care.
Someone that doesn't have a wiener penis needs to bitch slap the ever-loving dog shit out of her for saying that, dog. I'm sorry, Jax just peeked her head up like, what's up, dog? What's up? For her to have the balls, the giant, robust, enormous, hairy, sweaty, overfulled balls, to be able to come out here and talk about she doesn't care who it is, we need justice for the Epstein files, but to vote against exposing sexual predators in Congress is absolute insanity. That disconnect is just too much for me. And there are people out there that will still continue to vote this cow-cunted retard into office over and over and over again. We need term limits, you guys. Hey, Jax, what do you think about term limits? Term limit? They can't see you nod your head, sweetie.
No,
It's very pretty.
I'm trying not to. I love you. You just stumbled over the words. I'm
I
sorry.
said term limits, baby. What you think?
We need that.
We need that shit. Yes. Fall to Kane. Bro, I heard the testimony and appointed her to run SHIELD. Crazy. That's what's up, dog. Tristan Allen. You heard the candidate that beat Jasmine is worse than her with trans ideology for abortions. So here's the thing. Texas got rid of Jasmine Crockett. They got rid of that ghetto ass hoochie mama bullshit. I didn't even look at who is their runner now. Hopefully, whoever it is will just get beat by whoever is running on the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Alejandro, what's up, man? Twatafungus, I'm stealing that. Hell yes, brother. Love you, man. PM Millard said, even Darth Vader doesn't E-list kids. He slayed them, though. Yeah, no, Darth Vader killed a shitload of kids, but I don't think he was out there, doing that with them. The fuck? Dominar said, thank you, JD, for your honorary service. Dude, we're not doing this tonight. We're stopping what Eli Double Tap did. You guys, I am being valor sodomized. Is non-consensual forced valor. And Dominar is participating in this. Eli Double Tap from the Unsubscribed podcast. He's done this before. He has priors. He did it to Brandon Herrera. And now he's trying to force valor on me. Apparently, I have a Purple Heart and a Medal of Honor now because they're saying that I served. I've been told that I served in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Afghanistan, all this shit that never happened. I served at Oregon State Penitentiary. So we're not thanking me for my fucking service tonight. It makes me more uncomfortable than getting pegged by a Lego dilder, bro. We're not doing this. Do not give me that look. Do not get any ideas, woman. We're not doing that. I love you, man. You can make Green Berets look like the school kids. Brother, I appreciate you. If I tried to sign up. I wanted to be a crayon eater, bro. I wanted to be a crayon eater like my dad. My dad's my hero, bro. All these people, you ask me who their hero is. My hero's my dad. He's a fucking war hero. He's a real man. He's the most gentle man now that you'll ever meet. But he ain't about no bullshit. But he earned the right to be gentle by going and doing extreme acts to protect and defend our country. Daniel Robinson, do you think the Marine is compromised since his wife is Islamic? I mean, that is definitely something that a lot of people are insinuating. A lot of people are insinuating that since he has a Muslim wife, that, he is somehow compromised. We're actually going to take a look at that video. I have to get a little more time. We're 18 minutes in. I'm trying to beat the AI censors here on YouTube so they don't nuke the live stream for me showing you the whole video because, and I know you're going to say, well, somebody else played it on their video and it was fine. I don't got it like that. They don't like me like that, bro. I don't get special treatment. Dinocyte said, JD, this is my first super chat. Is that you with those puppies? Oh my goodness, look at them dogs. Beautiful. I just wanted to let you know that when Iran started firing at Israel, Bibi got on a plane to Germany. Well, that's not shocking at all. Bibi is absolutely one of those dudes, man. Bibi is not going to be in any type of danger at all whatsoever, but has no problem pushing to have my kids, your kids, our kids out there dying on the front lines. I am not at all shocked by that. Sailor Cat said, hey, JD, we lost my hub stepmom on the Big C last week. To the Big C. Yo, rest in peace. It's been hard, and we're going to move in with his dad when we move back to Texas next month to help. Sailor Cat, that is so amazing. That's a lot like what me and Jax are doing out here to be able to spend time with my mom and pops. And it's so rewarding, and it's so beautiful. And rest in peace, and your family will be in our prayers. Big Bobby Lynn, what's up? How you doing, homie? Good times in Texas. Crockett and Crenshaw gone, bro. Yeah, they literally got the Congressional butt pirate up out of there. Crenshaw is cooked and booked, bro. Brandon lifted up, and Gonzalez is circling the drain. No, Gonzalez is all the way circling the drain, man. I don't think I think that before this election happens, that Moni Tanya Gonzalez jumps out, bro. Like, if she has any honor, integrity, any common sense, she jumps out. Because look, Brandon doesn't need to be battling with Moni Tanya on one side and this Democrat, this giant, like, looks like straight up Gorlock the Destroyer. Like 100% be looking like Gorlock the Destroyer. In fact, hold on. Let me show you guys. I'm going to tangent for a second here, and it's going to be okay. We're going to be all right. I'm going to show you guys exactly who the Democrat that our good friend Brandon Herrera is going up against. Her name is Katie Stout, which is ironic because she is definitely stout. Where is it? Did I spell it wrong? Is it an I? Hold on. Okay, so I put in Dem, and it's just giving us Brandon. Brandon is so overwhelming the fucking internet, bro. Like, my dude is killing it. Democrat. Don't show pictures of Brandon when I type in Democrat. I'll be real. You son of a bitch. How dare you, you son of a bitch. Hey, Jax, will you look it up? Her name's Katie Stout, right? Holy shit. Nothing I do. X will not let me see anything except Moni Tanya and Brandon. Where is she? She won, overwhelmingly won for the Democrats. Babe, are you looking that up?
It's
I promise you it's not this chick. This chick is not nearly, it's like 8 of this chick. 8 of this chick. At least. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, but what's her name?
It's Katy Padilla Stout.
Okay. So.
Padilla.
Katie Padilla Stout. I want you guys to see this because it's hilarious.
Padilla.
X is
like quesadilla.
Yeah. So X is not having it. X does not care about this broad at all. Okay, I'll find another way to show you guys this broad. I really will. Hold on. While I find this broad to show you because she's absolutely abhorrent, let's hear about a liberal white woman from my good buddy, Jake Morrow, the goth conservative. Peep game.
There's going to be civil war on the streets, and this is not going to end well. Britain is not in the process of being invaded. It has been invaded, and not a shot was fired. A lot of people were stabbed. None of them. A lot of us. There's going to be civil war in the streets, and it's going to be the sleeper cell Islamic State, the Islamic Brotherhood, versus what is left of Brits, what is fucking left of them. And white men will be having to throw their white women aside to get to these fuckers, because our women are going to try and stop this from happening. You fucking know they're gonna. Not all of them, but there are going to be our own white English women trying to get in the way of us fighting back. They're so brainwashed into believing that white man bad, bring in more browns. And this is what happens when you allow women to make too many fucking decisions on this kind of level about these types of things. It's not their fault. It's genetically programmed. Whatever satisfies that feminine urge to sacrifice yourself on the altar of something that is unable to look after itself, right? Which are these fucking savages. They can't do that. We've seen their countries. They're falling to shit. They're made of literal shit. And these women go, oh, without us, they can't survive. They're like our children. They're like our children. I have to protect them.
He's 100% right about that. There are going to be liberal white women that will get in the way when the UK has to go and fight its way out of what immigration has done to the UK. The people that are fighting to try to save the UK, it's the exact same thing that would happen here. If we got overwhelmed by Muslims, or if we got overwhelmed by, vicious gang members, whatever the case may be, we would have to fight through the liberal white women first to even be able to begin to fight. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if you guys want to follow, let me pin this. Jake Monroe is an absolute badass. And thank you so much, Yarn. I appreciate you. Now, let me show you. This is who Brandon's going up against. This is who Brandon is going up against. Brandon Herrera, that ravishingly handsome bastard that we all know and love, who supports the Second Amendment, who supports common sense. He's going up against this absolute Monchichi, bro. Like this swamp donkey. She is absolutely, I don't even know what to say about this broad, but she is absolutely terrible. And she is a communist. She is an absolute communist. And she got like 30,000 votes, which is more votes than Brandon ended up getting. So this is a real contender. She's a big contender, guys. She's a huge contender. Now, I just got to tell you, every time, just breathe it in, lock in on this chick, and then tell me if that does not look exactly like this chick right here. Dude, right here. This is Gorlock the Destroyer. I don't know if you guys know who Gorlock the Destroyer is, but to me, this is Gorlock. It's the same fucking person. Same dude.
The lone American patriot said Gorlock is the one celebrity pass his wife said he could have sex with, and I'm dying.
Oh no, dude. That's your celebrity pass your wife gave you? Yeah, that's actually a dude, homie. That's a dude. I know you can't see the Adam's apple, so it could be confusing. Gorlock is basically like one giant titty. His ankle's a titty, his pinkies are titties, his ears are titties, you know what I'm saying? It's just there's a lot to work with. But that is a dude. Somewhere in there, there's a pecker. There's a pecker in there somewhere. So that's what I think of when I think of this Katie Stout. And she is stout. I will give her that. That is 100% a thing. But do you guys see the resemblance? Dude's makeup is on point. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, if you're going to do something, bro, if you're going to do something, do it right, damn it. Mark Aaron, what's up, buddy? JD, what's up, bro? Glad I caught another live. God bless you and your family. Keep up the amazing work, brother. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here, brother. I love you. William said, JD, can I ask the fellow vets who are here if they still fit in their dress uniforms? I put mine on after 4 years since I wore it, and I still fit the United States Marines dress blues. Let's do, I'm sure that there's not a shitload of vets in here right now. Every single one is a blessing, but we're going to do a poll for you. Don't vote in this if you're not a veteran. Don't vote in this if you're not a veteran. That would be stolen valor, and I'll call APAC on you. I'll call somebody. William, thank you for your service and your sacrifice. I'll tell you in just a minute what the results of that poll are. Brian Clark said, JD, did you see that Aaron Spencer won the election nomination for Lono County Sheriff in Arkansas? Brian, I did see that, my man. I did see that. And I happen to know details of that case that I legally shouldn't know. And I'm really concerned with how that's going to go, because it's very, very likely he is going to catch those charges. And that's, if he does, it's going to be a big, big problem for Lonoke County. And the prior sheriff has a really insanely good program for people to get into recovery. So I'm hoping either way that continues. It's called the PAC program. I've gone out there to speak multiple times. Now, I support what Aaron Spencer did. I think that dads should be allowed to kill any dude that be touching on their kid. I think that should be legal. But I foresee problems, man. I foresee major problems. We're going to go back to this poll. 58% of the people that answered the poll, 55 now, I guess, as we ended it, 56 said that they no longer fit in their uniform. So, it's pretty close, man. It's pretty close. I don't fit in my uniform anymore that I wore when I was in the county jail or in prison. But that's because it would be too big on me now. I actually lost all this weight, and I'm trying to get my size back. I'm bigger-rexic, bro. I always want to be bigger. Like, I don't feel like I'm big enough right now, dog. Like, I'm trying to get big again. Don't start smirking. I'm going to motherfucker. Okay. You guys want a confession? You guys want to go into confession time? Y'all want to get a good laugh in at JD? So look, man, I'm old as shit. So I went to have my testosterone levels checked, right? Because I am on TRT, and I was working with a new doctor, and my test was right where I wanted it. 1,500, brother. 1,500's a good zone, And she was like, oh, that's too high. We're going to lower it to this dose, and then we'll check you again. And it's been a few months, and I've been doing what she told me to, because I trusted the doctor. You know what I'm saying? My testosterone is down to 505, bro. She's trying to transition me into a broad, homie, is what's happening. Like, for real. Like, y'all are lucky I ain't painted my nails and wearing a sundress right now, talking about some fucking, I don't know. What do girls talk about, Jax?
I like skincare.
Skincare. Talking about skincare routines. Holy shit, man. So, I'm going back to a doctor that wants to keep me at 1,500, bro. He was a dude, and I feel like he understands. You know what I'm saying? I feel like 1,500 is a good spot to be at. Peter, I see you laughing at me, Peniner. I see you laughing at me, dog. That ain't nice, man. Come on. I think that's normal. I think it's 500 to 600 average, and 15 is like steroids level. Well, duh. I mean, the fuck? I'm not trying to be average and normal, bro. That's not me. It's not me. Kayla said, the name is Nick Vinny. Please check your platforms. I want to touch base. Okay, absolutely. I appreciate you. Which platform? You got to tell me which platform. I have many platforms, sir. Serenity said, so Lego dilder is okay? No Lego dilder. No Lego dilders, bro. PM Miller. Fuck, man. Thank you for your service, Helldiver. I appreciate. God damn it, bro. God damn it. Dysfunctional vet. Thank you for your service. I'll bring the strap on. Fucking, you guys, we need to get past this because it makes me really fucking uncomfortable, you guys. TBM said, don't forget about your valiant service in Korea on USS Wisconsin. Bro, if you guys keep this up, the fat electrician is going to make a video. And then I'm going to be even more uncomfortable. Like, I do not like it, bro. I do not like it. Devin said, check the Arkansas Sheriff's election story. I'm fully aware, man. I'm way plugged in. I know everybody involved, man. I know everybody involved. Iron Gamer, I wanted to be a cran eater, but they won't let me in because of hearing. but I'm going to go into the Army. And thank you for your service and serving in all the wars. I've been in all the wars now, babe. I've been in, would you stop fucking smirking and laughing? I get no respect up in this bitch, bro. Mark Aaron, thank you so much for your service, sir. You're welcome. I served at Oregon State Penitentiary. You guys have no idea how uncomfortable this makes me. Serenity Gaming Studio said, I live to fight the Dems. So excited for this battle with the Destroyer. Brandon's election is going to get wild during the general, and I'm hyped. Yeah, absolutely. And like, look, man, so I'm already like, I'm trying to strategically map out how tactically we can approach this to make this the easiest win for Brandon humanly possible. Like, I'm mapping out, like, I feel like one thing that they neglected is that a lot of people in Texas that are voting are blue hairs, you know, boomers, and they're probably on the book. They're probably not on X, where they see that, like, Tony Gonzalez is a horrible sex pest and, you know, stolen valor. They're probably not on YouTube watching Valhalla VFT rip that dude to pieces on his lies about his military service. But if we could find the Facebook groups for District 23, that's where we really need to hit. And I was talking with Brandon's campaign manager today about strategizing that. And he was like, shit, bro, I'm not on Facebook. And I'm like, we're going to have to dig, bro. We're going to have to find this shit, man. Tobias said, I just woke up yet again to catch you live, big homie. Didn't know you fucked with Jake Monroe. I've been watching you since you were making prison content. Tobias, I appreciate you. Huge love and respect. Yeah, and I'm actually talking to Jake about the two of us collabing on something. I'm a huge fan of what he does, man. You know, as an old, you know, I used to be goth. I used to fuck with metal. I used to fuck with punk rock. You know, I think he's just on point. Everything he says is on point, bro. Mike Zero Source, bud, this is one of the times I respectfully disagree with you. Removing the IRGC will take away oil from Russia and China. This will take away their ability to fight the war against Ukraine and Taiwan. See, and I am not that educated when it comes to the geopolitical landscape and everything. I feel like we're fighting this war for Israel. If you think there's other reasons why we're fighting this war, I love to be educated about these things, man. 45 said, well, hell yeah, bro. Celine said, much love to the chat and to JD. Was thinking about being an EMT instead of a cop. I already have CPR and stop the bleed. Any advice? Also, did you see Asman L take? The worst take in a while. Too many rats in the government. May God have mercy. Which take? Because he puts out like 12 edits a day from his live streams. So I'm not sure exactly which one you're talking about. I mean, if you got to be, I've never heard no songs like, fuck the EMT coming straight out the underground. That paramedic got his badge because he's brown. You know, I mean, cops are kind of, universally, people don't like cops. I don't have no problem with cops. But, you know, EMTs, you got to deal with a bunch of different problems. I was actually talking to my buddy Kyle Rittenhouse this morning, and he used to be an EMT. And he said that, you know, when certain things transpire, you have to put a finger in people's butts.
You what?
You have to put a finger in people's butts.
Why?
To check for internal bleeding.
Yeah.
You got to give them, you got to check their oil. You got to check their oil.
Zero just looked at you like, what?
Yeah, right? So, you know, it's a different set of problems. I could see in certain situations a cop might have to finger a dude's butt, but probably not as often as an EMT. So it depends on what type of shit you're into, you know? Bulkupon said snow plows and 50 cows and them women will move. Oh, hell, yup. Just, bro, what was that? God, what was that dude made that giant tank, that homemade tank? What was that thing called? Somebody hit me in the comments. It was badass.
Now that you've said that, I don't remember.
I know. I even have shirts. I bought merch for that motherfucker, bro. Like, they shut his businesses down, and he was like, yeah, fuck this. And he just went tearing through the city. Killdozer. Hell yeah. We need Killdozer in this bitch.
Oh, and now
the chat's blowing up with it. Hell yeah. Irish Bomb Squad said jail intake. Yeah, when the spread 'em, bend over and cough doesn't cough hard enough, you might have to, I think there's something in there. Boop. Check it out. James said, JD, you should play Resident Evil 9. I really want to, bro. Graves has already beat it like a couple different times. I really want to get in there. Anthony Scott said, JD, thank you for Thank you for your service. Keep up the good old work, man. I appreciate you. Beautiful dogs, by the way. Absolutely beautiful dogs. Fall to Kane. You see that Iran hit Qatar and the response was, do it again. Iran won't exist coming morning. Did that happen today? I didn't see that. Here's the thing. And this is my personal opinion. Like I said, I'm not that educated on geopolitics, so forgive me if I sound like an ignorant fucking prison dude who doesn't have enough TRT in him. But I think once you're there, you got to finish the job, and you got to finish it with extreme prejudice. There's no going back. We can't unfire the missiles. So I think now we're kind of committed, right? Does that sound about right to everybody? Like, we got to go hard because we already took out, the head of this Islamic dictatorship regime. And now we got his son in there, and his son has weird pecker problems. The Ayatollah's son has a dick that don't work. So he's an incel. And we all know that some of them incels get real mad, especially imagine an Islamic dictator, fucking Muslim incel who even if he gets his 72 virgins, he ain't going to be able to do nothing to him type shit. I think we have to go full bore. Once you go in, you can't just back out. You got to go full retard. You know what I'm saying? Irish Bomb Squad said, I think JD is starting to understand why some vets don't like to be thanked for their service. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. But I always want to show them respect. But they earned it. I'm uncomfortable because I ain't earned it. Bobby Lynn said, brother, I was $175 in 1985. Far away from that now at 60. My Blues sailed off 15 years ago. I get it, my man. I get it. Hell yeah. Darth said, JD, boosting Kyle Anderson's post, needs a prayer and hope. Almost lost their daughter to, and feels like it was her fault. Kyle Anderson, her daughter is in the facility now. Said you're getting her through and would love to talk. Listen, that is an absolute nightmare. And I know that I almost did that to my parents at a couple different points. I know that my life is unrecognizably better than it's ever been. I know that her life is going to get better. You just have to stick with her. You have to love her. She's going through this right now. You will be in our family's prayers. We love you so much. I don't want to overshare for Jax, my wife, but she's been in situations where she felt desperate and had ideation, and she got through it. Jax, when's the last time you wanted to be a yeet twig?
I can't remember.
So when I first met her, she had these ideations, and she was full-blown in her eating disorder. So she was rail skinny. And so I called her a yeet twig.
You
because
said you were concerned that a strong wind would carry me away.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, you guys. Everybody's telling me to put old Gorlock the Destroyer away. All right, we're not looking at that dude anymore.
I feel like they deserve a puppy tax after having to look at that.
Yeah, right? Let's wash the taste of Gorlock out of our mouths.
This is my
with a little bit of zero.
Oh, he's such a good boy.
There's a good boy. Hey, buddy. This is Zero, you guys, for those of you who don't know.
I'm right here.
This is our Boston terrorist. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? You want to say hi? You want mama? You just want mama?
He was just curled up in my arm.
You just want mama?
He's happy to have me all to himself.
There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. Go back to your mom. Like a pterodactyl. Operation Boston Drop. Ow! 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 You're going to break my arm! Ow! Oh, my God. I got it out. I almost got caught on my pinky ring. Holy shit.
He almost got his tongue all over me.
Yeah.
He took that as an opportunity to try to lick my face. No, sir.
Twilight Jones, what's up, buddy? Recently, I've been getting a lot of curiosity about the Wood Chipper 2028 hat. I wear it on the daily, And when I tell them all about what it represents, and fuck these sick creatures that are in power or walk among us until unity happens. Hell yes. Unity happens when you talk about the wood chipper. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people are like, why are you endorsing violence? It's not towards people. Pedophiles aren't people. We should all be able to unify under that. I feel like that's the only real answer. You know what I'm saying? And thank you so much for repping the only political party that makes sense all the time, all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that wood chipper 2028 and forever, dog. You know? And look, it's America as fuck, dog. If y'all want one of these, they're at bunkerbranding.com. There's also shirts, tank tops, dilders, condoms, whatever those things are. I think they're like dong bags or something. You know what I'm saying? For when you want to get romantical with a man or a woman or whatever your speed is, as long as it's not a children, because then we'll put you in a wood chipper. Mike Zero Source. Trying to get big, get with Wes Watson. If you didn't know, he's an alpha. Just ask him, her. Man, look, I'm not going to lie. Wes Watson did get some good physique, but I know how Wes Watson got that physique because I'm mutual friends with people, and Wes has done so much damage to his body with steroids. Like, now he's losing everything. But it's like his body's going to go back to normal function, bro. Like he has done so much tren, and tren is really bad for you. In case you guys didn't know, tren is really, really bad for you guys. So, he really did damage to his body. I'm not trying to damage my body. I want to do it in a healthy way. That's why, I'm not going to go and do a bunch of crazy illegal steroids. I'm not going to, what's up, baby?
No, continue.
I'm not going to do things that are going to take me away from my wife and my kids sooner. That physique that Wes got isn't natural, if you know what I'm saying. Brian Clark said, did you see the video of the current sheriff slapping and choking an inmate on video cameras? He was exposed by a TV reporter on Arkansas News TV. Yeah, but here's the thing, bro, is I've been an inmate who slapped the ever-loving dog shit out of inmates before. And I've seen COs do way worse than that to inmates. Inmates can be fucking assholes, bro. I feel like anytime somebody gets the shit whooped out of them, we're always like immediate to assume, oh, they didn't deserve that. The reality is, I think more people need to get punched in the face. Jax, how often do you want to punch someone in the face?
Daily, but I don't. And that's what is important.
So, sometimes you slip up. People get in your face, bad shit happens. I don't hold that against Sheriff Staley. I've literally seen COs push their fingers and thumbs into inmates' eye sockets while they're down, already cuffed behind their back, screaming, begging, calling for their mama. I've seen some wild shit. I was not that shook by that. Metalhead Gigi said, congrats on your weight loss. I've lost 125 pounds since 2021. Hell yeah, that is beautiful. That is absolutely a whole person. Me and my buddy Jason Jelly Roll, we started our weight loss journeys at the same time, and he's lost so much more weight than me. I didn't have as much weight to lose, but it's just so awesome to see people hit their goals. You know what I'm saying? So I hit my goal of getting down, and now I'm trying to get my weight back up in a healthier way. Brother, I want it all up here. I don't want any down here. Trying to look like an upside down pear, brother.
Jensen asked if Zero is named after Nightmare Before Christmas, and the answer is no. That was a Smashing Pumpkin inspired. I think I just aged myself, huh?
I think so, but it's okay because, Billy Corgan's making a comeback as a podcaster. So I think it's okay. Nick said, this is Nick Vinny again, but it won't let me tell you what platform because it will keep denying my comment. It's the letter after. Okay, I got you. Thank you for getting creative, bro. It's weird, the ever-changing censorship on super chats on YouTube. Man, thank you for letting me know. I will look. He was talking about X, you guys. They won't let him say it, but I can say it. X. Tristan Allen said, did you hear about the police in Texas who stopped the terrorists possibly being charged? No, No, I didn't hear that. What, they're possibly charging the police who stopped a terrorist attack? That's wild, bro. That's Tansy. Thank you for your service in all the wars, past and present. You're not going to thank me for my service in future wars? I mean, that seems a little rude. I love you, Tansy. It always makes my heart so happy when I see your puppy pop up on there. I wish Jax could come in here and see your puppy, but Jax is super scared of cameras. You know how I'm scared of federal indictments? That's how Jax is scared of cameras. You see that puppy, baby?
Oh,
Doesn't it kind of look like Olive when Olive was a baby?
a little bit.
Yeah.
Aw.
It's beautiful. Dominar said, thank you for serving America from April 19th, 1775 to today. You're a national hero. I'm never going to get past this, dog. I'm never going to get past. Thank you. Thank you, Dom. Thank you. I love you. Marcus said 55 days, bro. Little one going to be here. Give me a wood chipper. Oh, hell yeah, Dad. Wood chipper. You're going to be a good dad, brother. James Rebel said, will you and Kyle go live again? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Me and Kyle will definitely go live again. Kyle has his own YouTube channel. Hey, can any of the mods find Kyle's YouTube channel? He needs, actually, while we're here, Kyle needs to be able to go live. He needs to get a certain number of subscribers. If anybody would be so kind, once we find Kyle's YouTube, to subscribe to him so that he could go live from his channel while I go live from our community, that would be super duper. We would like that a lot. That would be super cool. Mike Zero Source said, thank you for your service with Space Force. Dog, do you think it's a Space Force? Do they have to have guns in Space Force, babe?
I can't answer that.
I could maybe be in Space Force.
No,
So
you can't.
Jax's mom is actually, we would say international, but like really, honestly, intergalactic space lawyer, because she deals with space. She's one of the most phenomenal, most world-renowned space lawyers. She worked, she's worked during the Trump administration in Space Force. She worked during the Biden administration doing space law. Really, really incredible stuff. I would love to be in Space Force. I watch so much sci-fi, bro. You could shoot my monkey ass into space. I'd do it.
She travels the world, but she just told me tonight she's swerving her next trip to Vienna to come see us.
Yeah.
Yay.
I heard you led a team of robot lions to fight space ISIS. I heard you named the special mission Voltron. I figure I could start a rumor too. I like your rumor, bro. That doesn't make me feel as bad. You know what I'm saying? We didn't lose a whole shitload of people fighting in Space Force yet. Dre said he cannot find. We'll find it eventually. We're going to get some people to sub to Kyle so that we can do some live streams again. I love Mr. Rittenhouse. He's great, man. Deuce, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, homie? Thanks for your service in Special Forces. Valhalla VFT is going to do a video exposing my forced sodomistic valor. You guys understand I'm going to get fucking beat up in a video by Valhalla pretty soon. If y'all keep this shit up, man. This is crazy. Plunge Dance said, love your stuff. Thank you for your 5-year anniversary at Walmart. I know it wasn't easy doing that during the big C. Oh, I love you, Plunge Dance. Raul said, saw your short on the Kids Act. Will you keep track of the Kids Act since it's going to the House? Absolutely. So just so you guys know, the Kids Act is the Kids Internet Digital Safety Act. And my good friend Schlepp, who you might know, you might have seen him on Sean Ryan. He's the one who's been exposing Roblox and the predators on Roblox. And Roblox has fought him every step of the way. He just recently, I want to give him a big shout out. He got one of the school shooter games taken off of Roblox. But he's knocked out a ton of these predators. And this act is actually going to fuck up his work. It's guised as a way to help children, but it's funded by big tech. And it's really a way for them to duck responsibility and it's going to end up protecting child predators. Also, how is it fighting in the Mexican-American War? Bro, you know that like the Irish in the Mexican-American War, there was a platoon of the Irish that actually switched sides because they saw American troops killing women and children, and they went and fought with the carne asada, bro. They were like, you know what? We're doing the carne asada side, bro. We're going over here. Fuck all y'all eating hot dogs. We're going. And so we fought with the Mexicans. Just an interesting piece of history, man. New beginnings. I hope you're having a good, JD. Thank you for your service. Thank you so much, New Beginnings. I love you, man. Nick said, bro, my dad was much worse. Please read the comment. Please read the comment. Well, brother, I just read the comment. You mean a regular comment? Bro, it's so far back there. This is, I'm not going to be able to find that comment, brother. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to do it. Solene said, the vet hand being broken. Asmongold laughed at him. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Maybe we'll take a look at that during this live stream. Mr. Hoot said, fat electrician, the fire, and lost the records. Thank you for your services. Oh, man. Yeah. It's funny. I was talking to Fat Electrician's dad earlier today. Great guy, man. Fall to Kane. Here, if you just Greg your douchette, you'll see huge gains. Yeah. Oh, Greg, dog. Bobby Lynn said, you owe Eli Double Tap big hugs for this. I just want you to know that I am getting thousands of comments now thanking me for my service, and I am more uncomfortable than if I was wiping my ass with sandpaper. Period. I am never going to get away from this now. Okay, I just text Eli and told him that. I think y'all heard what I said. Raul said, Pomeranian are best small dogs. Just my thoughts. So I've never owned a Pomeranian. I've had me a Jack Russell Terrier. We've got a Boston Terrier, and we've got a couple different French Bulldogs. I like the dogs with the flatsy faces. I think they're fun.
I'm queen of the flat-faced fucks.
Jax just said she's queen of the flat-faced fucks. Holy shit.
They're my little
Tristan
entourage.
said, yeah, they face possible murder charges. Look it up. Matt Tardio is losing his mind over it. Oh, I should call Matt, bro. I should actually call Matt. I haven't talked to Matt in a hot minute, bro. I'm going to look that up. James Rebel said, I 100% support Kyle. Oh, hell yeah. Bulkupon said, thank you for your service on the tube for getting out the truth the powers wish to hide. P.S. My wood chipper hat is not HR approved. Well, fuck HR. Fuck HR and yeah. I was about to say some shit. I can't say that. I can't say that shit.
Why?
Because I'll get in trouble.
YouTube will make you be in trouble?
Yeah. Lone Star said, God bless the wood chipper and long live this tribe. Lone Star, love you, brother. God bless you. Captain C60. Hey, my guy, left work early tonight. Hell yeah. Love you and the Mrs. Jax. You guys are the best. North Carolina in the house. Beautiful Boston Terrier. Thank you so much, Bubba. Love you, man. Appreciate you. 45 said, that's the plan. We want to see the boxing match. MMA. Let's get it, brother. Slinky String. Valhalla should do an April Fool's Day video on your service. Oh, fuck, man. I'm never getting away from. Why are you smiling and nodding?
Because it's a great idea.
Twilight Jones said, yeah, dog, there it is. The wood chipper profile pic. First time I've ever changed my profile pic, so you know I'm legit, brother. Represent the wood chipper fam. This evil cannot and will not continue ever. Hell yes. Dominar said, cats rule, dogs drool. Oh, look, man. I like some cats. You know what I'm saying? I've had a couple cool cats in my lifetime. Dogs do, in fact, drool, and then it gets on your pants, and it looks like you come to your shit. You know what I'm saying? I wear a lot of black pants, and it looks like I come to my shit because the dogs do be drooling. But I have a special place in my heart for dogs. I wish I could get a big old dog. I want a big old dog. I want to get my big boy. You know what I'm saying? But when we got Zero, we lived in a small apartment because it was all we could afford. It was ghetto as fuck. So a small dog was the only thing we could do. And then Moxie just was a rescue that somebody dropped off with us. And we love Moxie to death. And then, you know, our daughter really wanted a dog. And we ended up getting her a dog that has kind of become the family dog. You know, the other French bulldog. But I like me some small dogs. They got a lot of personality. I still want my big boy, though. So this is a joint statement from the House Republican leadership. Speaker Mike Johnson, Leader Scalise, Whip Ermer. Who the fuck is Whip Ermer? And Chairwoman McClain today released the following statement. The Ethics Committee has announced an investigation into Congressman Moni Tanya Gonzalez's conduct, and we urge them. I like how they said them. They didn't say him. They said we urge them to act expeditiously. Oh, they're talking about the committee. Never mind. Either way, Gonzalez is a they, them, or a she, her, one or the other. Congressman Gonzalez said she will fully cooperate with the investigation. I'm sure that bitch will. We may encourage him to address these very serious allegations directly with her constituents and her colleagues. In the meantime, leadership has asked Congressman Gonzalez to withdraw for the race for re-election. Get the fuck out. It's Brandon Herrera's time. You baby back bitch. That's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that. And I ain't even mad. So let's see what we got going on here. Nancy Mace, in my opinion, has been knocking that out the park lately, bro. She's doing big things. Let's give her a listen.
Congresswoman, where do we stand on the investigation into Ilhan Omar? Obviously, there's some, questions regarding her citizenship. She's been referred to the Ethics Committee. Can we trust the Ethics Committee to actually be ethical and do the right thing?
Well, what's happened so far? Like, really, I think the remark is always let the process play out. Right? That's what they always say, and nothing never happens. I tried to subpoena her immigration records, her brother husband's immigration records.
Her brother husband's immigration records. She's a fucking beast, bro. I tried to subpoena her brother husband's immigration records. This is all about Ilhan Omar, you know, that Somali bulb-headed weirdo who is a Muslim and came here with nothing. Now she's worth like 35 million and she keeps complaining and telling us how we need to run our fucking country. Who the fuck elected that broad?
And it was Republicans that killed my motion.
Yeah, and what's going on with that? Do you have any more insight you can share on that?
As far as I know, nothing's going on and nothing will go on. And that's Congress for you, because both sides protect the other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So she was trying to get Ilhan Omar's bulb-headed ass exposed, and Republicans killed her motion. That is so wild. That is, ladies and gentlemen, Eli Double Tap has responded saying, ha, 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 ha. Oh, that has me dying. You guys have him dying. You guys see what you're doing? This is never going to end. This is going to be a never-ending thing. Holy shit. So I just want to say this, bro. If you are a Republican who voted to not subpoena the records of Ilhan Omar and investigate whether or not she's in our country legally via her brother husband, you're huge and gay. You are a big, huge gaylord. I have no respect for any Republican. I would get why a Democrat would do it because, you know, a little home team loyalty, but any Republican that voted against Nancy Mace trying to expose or at least get to the bottom of how Ilhan Omar got here, how she got all her money, all of this shit, you're big and gay if you fought that and you're a Republican, dog. It makes sense if you're a Demi, but it don't make a damn lick of sense if you're a Republican. Holy shit. 8'3", my dude Hell yeah, brother. Brother, man, are you willing to check out a case of online bullying? Always. Always. The guy has a past of assaulting women and writing comedy of pedo subject, such as doing dead children. The channel terrorizes others while making money. Is there contact for help if able? Big love. 8'3", homie. I'm always down for shit like that, bro. 100%. I'll ride out with you, dog. I'll ride out with you. Can you get a hold of me on X? If you could get a hold of me on X, just let me know your X handle and hit me up on X, and we'll make sure some shit happens, bro. I'm down for that fight. I'm 100% down to get dirty on that. Yeah, no, we need to make sure that we deal with that, bro. Big love and respect to you. Thank you for that huge support, man. It means a lot, and it goes a long way. Okay, so this tripped me the fuck out because I thought we were all on the same page here, right? I thought that we was all on the same page that, you know, we need to do mass deportations. You know, we let too many people in here. We don't know who's in here. Right now, we're currently worried because we're attacking Iran and they fund all of the major terrorist groups in the Middle East, right? So it's like it makes sense that we're worried about what sleeper cells might be up in our shit, right? All right, 8'3". Let me know what your handle is, so I know when you message me, big dog. Love you, man. So we're worried about sleeper cells. So it becomes even more important, in my opinion, now that we're at war with terrorists abroad, and we've had millions of unvetted people come across our border, that we really need to get anybody who's not here legally the fuck up out until we can figure this shit out and decide, do we really want to let a whole bunch of fucking Muslims in here that are angry and fucking shit? But here's the switch up. I don't understand. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. Why we'll be doing this switch up right now?
Many countries opened up their prisons and dropped them into the United States. Those are the people who are getting out. And we have a lot of heart. They said, you got to lighten up on this. We have a lot of heart for people. They came in illegally, but they're good people, and they're working now on farms, and they're working in luncheonettes and hotels and all. And we're looking to get the criminals out right now, the criminals. And I think it's very important. I mean, every once in a while you see a story, we take somebody. He should be out because they came in illegally. So in theory, they should be. But we're focused on the murderers, the drug dealers, the mentally insane. We have a lot of mentally insane killers. I mean, you can't even talk to them. It'd be nice if you could have a little reason, but you can't even reason. These are seriously ill people. You have a couple of countries where they were loaded up. Their mental institutions and insane asylums were loaded to the gills. They couldn't get. They're empty now. But they're filling up because we're bringing them all back. We know where they came from. And every country accepts them. You know, under Biden, they wouldn't say, they had so little respect that they'd bring them there and they wouldn't take them. They said, get the hell out of here. They would be bringing a plane in to land in a country.
So in the beginning, he sold us one thing and he wasn't wrong. Anybody who comes into our country and does it illegally they're a fucking criminal. They're a criminal, dog. That's criminal behavior. No, Yarn, I'm going to unhide him. I understand exactly what he's talking about. I'm like, look, he's not wrong on that. If you come into our country illegally, I think there was a misunderstanding on that comment. If you come into our country illegally, you are breaking the law. When you do illegal shit, you are breaking the law. So, you know, they told us this whole time that we're going to get everybody out. We offered people not just the opportunity to self-deport, but we offered people like literal money to self-deport, free plane tickets to self-deport. At this point, you've had every option to do things the right way and to respect the laws in this country and the process so that you could be vetted and you could become a citizen. And there's thousands and thousands of people that are doing it the right way, and you want to jump the line. And now you're saying, okay, well, you know, we're going to let them as long as they have a job, bro. You don't think these terrorists are hip to that shit? You don't think that there's not a bunch of terrorists? You think that these terrorists are just out here on some Durka 24/7, dog? They integrate into society. They're on this spy tech shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand the switch up. You ran on one thing. Now you're giving us some other shit. Your deportations are already shitty as fuck compared to Biden's deportations, even compared to Obama's deportations, compared to your first term's deportations. And I understand that you got a lot of weird retards getting in the way of getting the work done. I understand that. But what is with the backpedaling, bro? It's like every single thing that he ran on to get people to vote for him, he's starting to backpedal on. He's backpedaling on us not transitioning children. He's backpedaling on, you know, the deportations. Everything that people were inspired to vote for the dude for is fucking, he's backpedaling on now. And it's weird shit to do. It's super weird to do. All right. Now,
so Tallarico says he wants to welcome Matt on the border, and you have the district that has you are running for the district that is the longest border with Mexico. Your response to him?
Well, it was a welcome mat for the entirety of the Biden administration. And
by the way, for anybody who didn't know, the handsome bastard on the bottom with all the guns in the background, that would be Mr. Brandon Herrera.
We saw the catastrophic effects, not just for the country, but especially for my district. Everybody in West Texas has a story about how illegal immigration, you know, whether it was somebody cutting through their property, you know, somebody getting assaulted or just feeling unsafe, you know, break-ins to their houses, or people that are, you know, smuggling people across the border that are looking for water or food or, you know, anything else. Everybody had a story out here. Like I said, Bracketville is out in Kinney County. It's a very small rural community, and they were the high-speed chase capital of the entire country. They didn't have the resources to deal with that, and that's because we had a wide-open welcome mat of a southern border. We didn't enforce our border laws, and the district suffered greatly for it, to the degree that several blue counties in the district went red for Trump in 2024 because they knew that this was unsustainable. We needed action.
That's absolutely crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Wild as shit. Brandon is absolutely a beast, man. And he's such a good dude. And, you know, I see some people asking when he backpedaled on his stance on transitioning children. This morning, he posted this: the Save America Act. All voters must show voter ID. All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. No men and women's sports, which the first three should be a bill by themselves. That should be the fucking bill, right? You don't need to go any further than that. Make no men's and women's sports. Didn't we already pass that bill? I thought we already passed that bill. But, you know, if not, make that its own. And no transgender mutilation surgery for children without the express written approval of the parents. So you're telling me, because from my understanding, having a kid, my kid can't go and get like medical shit done. My kid can't even go to the pharmacy and pick up her own meds because she's a minor. So this shit that's happening, it's happening because their parents are indoctrinated and violently retarded. And they back this type of shit up. They got some shit going on, homie. You know what I'm saying? So this just basically says, we're going to let it happen as long as your parents are retarded and you're 5 years old and you say, I don't think I'm a boy. Okay, well, cool. Here's some tuck underwear and we'll get you on some hormones. The hormone blockers, the puberty blockers. You know that the puberty blockers are the same exact chemical that they give to chemically castrate pedophiles? You guys know it's the same. You can look it up. You can Google it. You can look it up. I don't want us giving kids the chemicals we use to castrate pedophiles, homie. I don't think that that's okay. I don't think that if a kid, I think kids should not be able to consent to sex, and they should not be able to consent to make life, like for the rest of their life, life-altering decisions that they'll have to live with forever, whether that be cutting off their penis, cutting out their tits, getting on shit that is going to permanently alter their body. They can't even get a tattoo, homie. They can't get their ears pierced. But you want to be able to let them transition? That's weird as fuck. And Trump got so much backlash for this. So much backlash that within like an hour, they were like, nah, dog. He took this down and took the without the express written approval of the parents out. So a lot of people are saying, okay, cool. He listened to people and he changed. And I get that. That's cool or whatever. But like, didn't he run on ending that shit? Why would he backtrack and then have people go, hey, no, dude, fuck you. What the fuck? Let's do a poll. Somebody just said do a poll. Let's do a poll. Let's get a general idea of what people here think. Okay, should kids be allowed to medically transition from one gender to another? Let me know what you guys think. Now, I want to say this. If you're an adult, I don't give a fuck what you do with your body as long as it's not hurting anybody else. I don't care. I don't care. All my trans homies would vote no on that poll. You know what I'm saying? I know we have members of this community that are trans. Texas T, openly trans, hates it when they start doing shit to fuck with kids. Hates it. You know what I'm saying? Blair White, friend of mine, absolutely the fuck not. Do not trans kids. Buck Angel, friend of mine, absolutely the fuck not. You know what I'm saying? So why would he go backwards on this? You're reporting the poll. Okay, report the poll. Hold on. Report this. I got a present for you. Feels like you need yourself a maxi pad. If you're going to report the poll, if you're here to report shit, why don't you report this? In fact, I think you're going to need something a little stiffer for that heavy flow, buddy. Here's a tampon for your fucking feelings, guy. You don't even deserve the binky. We're going to give you one of these heavy flow Tampax while you report the poll. Enjoy that. I hope you egregiously fall off something real tall. 99% of people here do not believe that kids should be able to medically transition. So why the fuck would you backtrack and start talking about, well, if their parents think it's okay, then, you know, okay, that's cool. Are you trying to fuck the shit up and lose elections? Are you trying to? Marjorie Taylor Greene went all the way off. She said, I'm done, absolutely done. The war is bad enough, but giving in to Democrats on transing kids is enough to lose me forever. If the GOP starts supporting transing minors with sick, mentally ill parents' consent, I'm registering as an independent. My only policies are Jesus. And, you know, I think a lot of people would be lost with this. I think he would lose a lot of support with this. It's not what people signed on for, homie. It's just not. Now, I want you to hear, I told you that old Moni Tony, he owned up to it, right? After weeks and weeks and actually literally a year of denying that he sexually abused that staffer of his, finally, after all this time, he goes, well,
a relationship with this young lady who was working in your office?
You know, very, very direct, Pags. I made a mistake and I had a lapse in judgment and there was a lack of faith.
A lapse in judgment when you repeatedly when you repeatedly text this woman after she kept shutting you down when she said you're going too far, boss. That's her way of boss zoning you. It's even stronger than friend zoning you. She just, Jax, if a woman texts a man who is hitting on her, you're going too far, boss, what is the message she's sending from a woman's perspective?
I'm setting a boundary right now. Stop.
Yes.
I don't consent to this.
And what was his response? It was anal, ? Anal, can I fuck you in your ass? Was his response. Now, there is a little debate as to whether or not he meant do it to her or have her do it to him. But, you know, it is what it is. It's still too far either way. And he says it was a mistake. He lacked faith. This woman is dead. You cheated on your wife, your 6 kids. You ruined her marriage with her kids, and it cost her her life. And yet here you are trying to make the least of it with your confession after lying repeatedly.
And I take full responsibility for those actions. Since then, I've reconciled with my wife, Angel. I've asked God to forgive me, which he has.
How do you know? I haven't forgiven you. Maybe God's forgiven you. I don't know. We don't know the extent of your crimes. We don't know the extent of the sexual abuse. And I know a lot of people like to say that God forgives everything. I don't believe that, homie. I don't believe that. You might need a millstone for all we know. The Bible is not this soft, gentle, fluffy thing that a lot of Christians like to make it out to be. There is accountability. There is vengeance. There is justice within the Bible. Jesus said, I came not to bring peace, but the sword. And when it came to fucking with women and children, Jesus was not kind to those people. El Cherokee native said, JD, I was just kidding about reporting the poll. Calm down. I get you, bro. I get you. I might have jumped a little bit too much on that. I did enjoy whipping these out, though.
He's just been waiting for the opportunity.
I have been waiting for the opportunity. We had this idea to bring tampons and maxi pads out.
And I put a bow on the pad for him.
She did. That was a Jack's bow. So, no, you're good, Dre. I unhid him. We don't want to heavy hide people, bro. I like freedom of speech. If somebody's not doing something that's directly being super fucked up, we don't hide them here. If people disagree, if people want to say some shit, I support that. I don't want to be one of these people that's like out here deleting negative comments because I can't take the heat. I can take the heat. We can talk shit out. And I have no ill will towards homie for his joke at all whatsoever. I was playing around. I was having fun. But I do have a lot of people report my shit, and that sucks. But I 100% don't think he was actually doing that now that he said that at all.
And my faith is as strong as ever. When you make mistakes like this, you know, it's never easy. It humbles you, but it's important to kind of work through it all. You know, I look forward to the ethics committee starting an investigation. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to provide all the facts and all the details that lead to exactly what occurred in the entire situation.
It's the first time we've heard you respond to that, and it's none of my business.
It's not true. He's denied the allegations on more than one occasion because he's a fucking liar.
What you do behind closed doors. It's none of anybody's business what you do, other than you're in a unique situation as a U.S. representative. And you're also in the unique situation that you were the boss of Regina Santos Avalos. That puts a different dynamic in it. You're a military guy. You're a Navy guy. In fact, you're the highest ranked ever officer from the Navy to serve in the House of Representatives. I mean, higher ranked than Tim Walz, who claimed that he was the highest ranked. He wasn't. That said, do you understand the questions about a boss and a subordinate, somebody who has power and somebody who doesn't have power, and why that's such a big problem for people?
It's an important issue. No, it's important. It's a serious issue that we have to talk about, that we have to get all the facts.
So Joe Pags can eat a bag of dicks on that statement. It's none of anybody's business what you do in your bedroom. This dude is literally a congressman. He abused his power. He's married. He's constantly posting pictures of him and his kids and his wife. This woman is dead, homie. There's a lot more involved than just, well, you know, it's your business who you sexually abuse. Fuck that. No, this dude is a congressman. And we need to know what the fuck is going on with this dude. What the fuck happened to this poor woman? She's dead. There should be a bigger investigation. The fact that she lit herself on fire as a method of death is extremely concerning. I want to know why they sealed the police report and the autopsy. Was she pregnant with Tony's fucking baby? I want to know these things. And the American people have a right to know these things, as he wants to represent us. He has been representing us. And he's abused those powers.
And all the details out there. And once again, I take responsibility for my actions. It's all.
Yeah. Well, that's just not enough, Moni Tanya. That's just not enough. I want you guys to hear what old Tim said. I don't know if you guys know who Tim is, Tim Burchett. I like this dude. He's from Tennessee. He's a congressman. This is him talking about that slush fund. Tim, I want you to know, on his downtime, Tim is also a carpenter. And Tim builds, he's an old skater. This dude rides skateboards. He builds skateboards, and he sells or donates his custom-made skateboards to causes for them to auction off to get money for nonprofits. He's a good old boy. And he says, "God darn it," a lot.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett. The House just did the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. We just voted to cover up sexual harassment of employees by members, if you can believe that. I got the sponsor right here with me, got Bobert. Y'all tell them what happened.
It's shameful. They voted against my resolution that would reveal members of Congress who sexually harass employees on the Hill, women on the Hill, in the campaigns, lobbyists, etc. Shameful. So I don't want to hear.
They sent it to the ethics committee. So a bunch of congressmen are going to investigate
so
themselves.
let it go get hidden, right?
Yeah, this is exactly where bills go to die.
And I want you guys to understand that these two women right here, the Republican women, all these Democrat congresswomen have talked so much shit about these women, saying they don't care about women, saying they want to take away other women's rights. All these Democrat women voted against a bill to expose the sexual predators in Congress who've been paying off the victims to silence them with our tax dollars. AOC, Nancy Pelosi, all these crusty bitches went against these women who were fighting for women that are victims and survivors getting justice and exposing the sex pests in Congress. Congress is the new fucking Epstein Island, in my opinion.
So her privileged resolution is being sent to the ethics committee for members of Congress to investigate themselves. And remember, this is your tax dollars that were used in this hush money.
Yeah. Yes, How many millions are in that thing? They said there's millions.
Some years there's like 4 or 5 million that went to a slush fund that paid for members of Congress with your tax dollars to allow them to go sexually harass people on the Hill. And then the second thing is I want to say is I don't want to hear another word about Epstein or Epstein victims by a single person, Republican or Democrat, that voted against revealing sexual harassment.
Well, let's get that list. How many people? 49 of us voted to make it public, right?
Yep, to actually have transparency.
49 or 50.
And this is the crap that we see up here all the time. 10%. We are actually standing for victims. And we just saw with Tony Gonzalez, his staffer, who killed herself, lit herself on fire. The worst way to die. And this was part of the same fund that is being covered up. Did he pay her? Maybe she never got a check, but she doesn't have a life anymore.
You'll never know. Anyway, we need transparency. Thank you.
So somebody said, run a poll to see if people believe that Congress is dirty. No, we know that Congress is dirty, bro. We've known that this slush fund existed since 2018, because do you know who blew the lid off this slush fund back in 2018 and wanted to expose everybody the first time and Congress wouldn't get along with it? Congressman Ron DeSantis. Back before he was the governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis was a congressman, and he tried to expose this back then, and everybody in Congress in 2018 said, what the fuck are you doing? You can't don't tell them about our fucking payoff money when we get caught raping bitches. What do you mean? Get out of here. You're a traitor. Yeah, Ron DeSantis tried to expose this back in 2018, which is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me. So I don't understand it. Now, everybody's asking about, the Tim Sheehy, the senator that broke that Marine vet's arm. And I just want you to know, dude is out here talking about how Israel is America first. It fits in with being Israel first as being America first. And I want you to know he's received $641,000 from AIPAC. So when this Marine went in there and started yelling about how he doesn't want to die for Israel and he doesn't want his people to die for Israel, this senator was the first to jump in. Isn't it a little fishy that he was paid over $600,000 from an Israeli PAC, and then he was the first to attack a U.S. Marine veteran? I'm going to show you this now because we're a little further into it. Let's take a look at what happened, and I want to get your guys' honest opinion.
Israel is the reason for this war. America does not want to fight this war for Israel. Let's go. Come on, let's go. America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you exemptness as leaders. This is wrong. And nobody wants to fight for Israel. A reminder to all our...
Now, I will say this. If this was I'm going to be real objective here. If this was an Antifa retard, we would be cheering that they were manhandling him. But this is not. This is a decorated combat veteran of the U.S. Marines who has put his life on the line to defend our country. So, how do we feel about him being able to voice his opinion in a Senate hearing?
Please stand up as a Marine and stand up for America.
Notice his arm is caught.
No one.
There's Tim Sheehy.
Wants to fight for Israel.
You see Tim Sheehy yanking on him while his arm is caught between two doors. Watch this. That just broke his arm. You can see it better from this angle.
No one.
That senator, that AIPAC senator, is jumping in there to manhandle a U.S. Marine veteran.
Wants to fight for Israel.
His hand.
You can hear it. You heard that, right?
Sir. Let go of your hand. Let go of the door. Let go of the door. The senator broke his hand.
The senator broke his hand.
The U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine.
Yep.
Control your Senate. We're stuck in the door. Okay, sir. A U.S. senator just broke the hand of a Marine. Hand's stuck.
He didn't flinch. I want to say this, regardless of what you think about this man, whether his behavior was appropriate, whether it was inappropriate, the man, when his arm was broken, he did not flinch. He kept his shit straight. He did not flinch even a little bit. He kept it gangster through that shit. So I'm going to do a poll now and see what y'all think. I want to know if you guys support this vet, if you think what he was doing was appropriate, if you think it was inappropriate behavior. I want to know what you guys think on this. We are going to run this poll for a minute so everybody gets a chance to vote. I would very much like to hear what you guys think about this. Celtic said, I'd die for this vet. We got Jason Blackwell yelling, Semper Fi. We got some tough motherfuckers protecting our country. Super appropriate. Thank you, Mr. Marine Man. You're a legend for this. It was a psyop to try to discredit, in my opinion. Totally inappropriate. Native Americans will fight through the Governor Stitt's greed. I have the utmost respect for veterans and service members, fellow veteran here, but this guy seemed like a loony bin. Absolutely, he would have died for us. Leave him alone. He fought for our country. I feel like I would get banned for what I want to say. War is a racket. Major General Schmidley Butler, United States Marines. Win vet. He is we the people, the rest or not. I have this vet in my prayers. God bless him. I support him. They went aggro at him. They could have just been like, hey, man, let's leave instead of bum rushing him like that. I will say this. I've never, ever seen them bum rush an Antifa vet or an Antifa retard with that much gusto. They're always like, come on. And they sort of gently guide them out. They went at him pretty hard. They definitely went at him pretty hard. It's looking like this poll is sitting right about 78% support what this man did. And they support this veteran. 22% do not. So I wanted to get your guys' read on this. Real patriotism is a willingness to challenge the government when it's wrong. Ron Paul. He had a voice that was valid. It should only take one policeman, not four. Well, dude was 100% not going down easy, man. That cop should be arrested for that man bun. Holy shit, I didn't even look at the man bun, guys. That man bun's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you right now, my father is a combat veteran, Marine from Vietnam. And when he came back, the stuff that he saw at war made him incredibly anti-war. And he protested. I don't know that he did it in this manner. My dad doesn't like to talk about that period of his life at all whatsoever. But, I think that if you've gone and put your life on the line, you've gone and you've seen combat, you've gone and you've been willing to sacrifice years of your life for this country, for the people, for the principles upon which this country was founded upon. One of those principles is the freedom of speech, your right to be able to protest. So, I know there's a lot of people who also want to bring up that he is married, in fact, to a Muslim woman, and that might have changed his opinion. There's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing illegal about that. Archangel Arms said, what's up, everyone? I'm still in the hospital, had blood poisoning that liked to have killed me, but I should be getting out next week. Bro, so glad that you're doing okay, man. You're going to be in our prayers. We love you. Get well soon. Green Buds and Fam said, hello, JD. Dude, look at your dog. Are you guys in matching fucking sweaters? What are you going to be doing for St. Patrick's Day? First Super, my Frenchie Zaza. That's beautiful. What a great pick. I don't know, man. I don't have any plans for St. Patty's Day. I was going to see if my dad is, in his mid-70s, and he still plays in 3 bands. He's a drummer, right? And one of them is a Celtic band. So he might be doing a Celtic concert on St. Patty's Day, in which case I'll be going to hang out with Pops. And check that out. I'll be wearing a kilt with my family, my family kilt, and rocking out. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's other people saying that you should not be, you do not have the right to do and say anything in your uniform, that you have to be in your civvies. I don't know all the laws around that. I'm coming at this from an angle of not being the most educated person on this And that's why I ask you guys what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? Pops will drink you under the table, by God. Celtic, I don't drink. So, you know, if he drinks even a drop of alcohol, he'll outdrink me, brother. But I'm excited to get my corned beef and cabbage. I'm not a big fan of St. Patrick. I don't really like what St. Patrick did to the Irish people. But I do celebrate Irish culture every year. Darkside Dabber, Rogue, the Coy Dog, and Moo Cow, the Pity, are my world. Oh, what a beautiful pity, dog. Yeah. Change my profile picture so you could see them. So far, so good legally with the self-defense situation. Yes. That's what I wanted to hear, big dog. Hell yeah. And I love your dogs. Dominar said, you should get an English Mastiff. Bro, oh, man, I got land out here, bro. I want a big old dog, bro. Not going to lie. Rando Carisian, is there any information on Brandon doing an AK-50 versus Barrett 50 cal competition? It is destiny. I have not talked to him about that. You know, I don't, they used to invite me to all the range days and to come out and shoot with them. And I think that they did it at first because it was funny because they know that I can't touch guns. They stopped that and now they're forcing valor on me. So Bobby Lynn said, dogs are God's way of showing us unconditional love is real. Cats are here to show us free will. Kind of funny how God works. I love that. That is an amazing statement, brother. Hell yes. Isabella Ironblade said, JD, I live in Fairbury, Nebraska. Nice. We have American Bulldog. Mom plans to breed Falcor and Sweets one more time before fixing the mom. Same name on all platforms. Check in on me. Oh, that's what's up. You have a Falcor. That's, dude, we really almost named one of our dogs Falcor. An American Bulldog. Oh, God, beautiful dogs. Plunged Ant, can you try to get on the Tim Pool podcast? Thank you for your service with ICE and Iran. Hey, man, you know, I don't know Tim Pool. I know some people that know him. But you know, I don't know how much longer he's going to be doing his podcast. Last I heard, I thought he was shutting down. I do love that he's supporting Brandon Herrera recently, though. Deuce said, my cats had kittens. Want any? I don't need 10 cats. Well, here's the thing, man, is that my son Graves and my wife are both allergic to cats. So I can't have cats. You know, I like cats, but I can't have them. ZR Venom said, hey, JD, love you, bro. Thank every active and veteran to this great country, and thanks for your service, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I love you, man. Thank you so much. Anthony, thank you, and beautiful dogs, brother. Raul said, are you and the unsub going to keep talking to bring attention to those bad kid bills? Because FTC letting tech collect kids' data to age verify to access online. Just another confirmation government is all pedophiles. Well, I'm going to keep screaming about protecting kids till I don't have a voice anymore, brother, or they kick me off all these platforms. They're going to have to kick me off all these platforms to stop me, bro. The Real Kramer, thank you for your service. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And like, look, is that your dog? Dude, you guys have matching outfits. Everybody has matching outfits with their dogs. This shit is fire. Oh, that Tansy. Sounds like political theater in preparation for the midterms, to be honest. Facts. Facts. Cindy Williams, wood chipper for those parents. I mean, bro, here's the thing. Is like, I can't imagine being willing to let doctors cut up my kid's wiener penis or cut off my daughter's rat. You know what I'm saying? Like, put them on chemicals that I know are going to change their life because they feel some type of way at a young age. I feel like that's predatory as fuck. I feel like that's really dirty. Don't you, Cindy? Adam Samples, the doctor and parents should both be fed to the wood chipper. Any doctor who's out here doing this should be absolutely stripped of their license. They should be looked into and possibly face charges for sure. Serenity Gaming Studio, it is a sin to speak on behalf of God, Tony. Amen, brother. Amen. Bobby said, you may be forgiven, but you will never escape judgment. That's facts right there. Scarlet Woman said, thank you for your service. Big love from Belfast. What up, my Irish sister? How you doing? Thank you so much. Fall to Kane. Tagged you on not Tweeter. Okay, got you, brother. Got you. Seth Lillard. What's up, JD? I'm an ex-volunteer firefighter. I'm not giving up. I will be back. I am a military supporter. My dad was a Marine. Rest in peace to my dad. Rest in peace to your dad, brother. Massive salute. Big love. Adam said, we're going to need a bigger wood chipper. Hell yeah. And thank you for your service, brother. Case said, glad you help expose everything. Much love, bro. Thank you. And I appreciate you being here with us. Jason C said, I'm a combat vet and I would not ever put my uniform on to try to make my opinion appear to have more credit. If you are no longer in, do not wear your uniform. See, and that's something that I can't speak to as a civvy. I don't ever want to like ignorantly think that like I have any right to speak on veterans issues. I don't, which is why I tread as carefully and respectfully when we talk about these things as humanly possible, you know? Thank you for bringing that, and thank you for your service. Bobby Lynn said, combat vets have 100% right to protest. We earned that right more than anyone else in the country. More than anyone else in the country, our veterans earned the right to be able to protest, to be able to practice their constitutional rights. Y'all put it on the fucking line to defend our rights. You should have absolute first dibs on those same rights. And thank you for your service, Bobby. Victor, what did I miss now? Oh, bro, we're like 2 hours into this bitch, bro. But right now we were just talking about the Marine veteran who had his arm broken by a senator when he stood up in a Senate hearing and was protesting the war that's going on right now. Porcupine, he was saying what we all want to do. Listen, man, I know that people have said we have other reasons. It feels like we're sending our people to go die for a war for Israel. And nobody over here wants to fucking die for Israel. Nobody does, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if I saw a real serious net plus to the American people, I'd be like, okay. And like, here's the thing. I think we need to go old school with wars. If we fight a war, we should fight till we conquer, and we should keep the spoils. We should be keeping the spoils like we used to in the oldie days, bro. In the olden days, when you went and fought a war and you won, you kept their land, you kept their shit, and it made sense because there was an upside. Re-Up Crazy said, if Omar does not get removed for protesting during the State of the Union, then this Marine should not either. Female Army vet, 22 years and 3 deployments. Huge love and respect. Thank you so much for your service, sis. I appreciate you. KG Adventures. JD, have you seen the Sean Ryan show with Schlepp from 3 days ago? When you get time, look at around 2 hours and 57 minutes. You have to make the name Kevin Nolan known. Much love, brother. Well, I haven't released it on YouTube yet, but I did see that. I most certainly did. And I made a video for my dog Schlepp. I made a video for my dog Schlepp to expose Kevin Nolan. I just wanted to make sure I did it in a respectful way because Schlepp is a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? So I will be releasing that on YouTube. It's already up on TikTok. I'm just on a schedule with how I post. But thank you so much for bringing that to me. Schlepp is a good friend of mine, man. I just talked to him this morning. He's such a great dude. He hit me up. He's like, can I call you? I was like, yes. Victor, careful with those monsters, JD. They trigger DUI breathalyzers. I've never seen that, but I don't drive that much. I have my driver's license. I have a brand new truck that I bought myself, and I still only leave the house when it's time to get tattoos or take my kid to, to church group or whatever, man. But thank you for warning me. Fall to Kane. Video is clipped. The original showed him attacking a cop when he was asked to leave. Was there an unclipped video where he attacked a cop? Where would it be clipped? Let's see.
Israel is the reason for this war. America does not want to fight this war for Israel. Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you exemptness.
So was it before any of this happened, Fall to Kane? It would have had to be before because there's no clip in there. So, you know, it would have had to be before this. I'll look and see if I can find that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, homie. Andrew said, I believe protesting in uniform is only not allowed while you're under the control of the United States Marine Corps. Okay, see, I can't put anything in on that. I don't know. And I don't ever want to say, I don't ever want to be the person pontificating on shit that I'm ignorant on. So that's going to have to be something that people who actually know speak on, because I can't speak on that, homie. Victor said JD is a French and Indian war vet. He stole a French officer's saber and 2 flintlock pistols. Nick has a vid on someone who actually did this. This forced valor thing is driving me crazy. I love you, Victor. Thank you so much. Everybody should go watch all Nick's videos, man. The dude is a beast. United States Code of Military Justice is MCMJ. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know where that lands. And I don't really want to speak on it because I never put my ass on the line. And I'm not going to disrespect anybody who did by speculating. Turd Ferguson said JD DeLay was in the First Crusades. He took out Muhammad with green mayo. Thank you for your years of service. What happened to Rumble? I'm still going to be doing Rumble, man. These have been real spur of the moment lives that I've been jumping on. And I like to go to Rumble when I have something where I have stuff that we're going to do the after show, the shit that we can't show on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But I really like Rumble. I like doing it over there too, man. Darth said, MCMJ bans politics in uniform. Right or wrong, MCMJ, AR6, 620, 2 DOD directs, and the Hatch Act, not in uniform. We signed away our first, so you have it. But is that only while you're serving? Does that count when somebody is no longer in service? Because he's a veteran. He's not active duty. Forgive my ignorance and not knowing that already, my man. Scarlet Woman said, Israel are trying to reestablish greater Israel. Well, I mean, I believe that they would probably like dominance over the entire world. I mean, when you look at old Benny Netanyahu, I feel like that dude is a real power-hungry dude. Speak life for Yahweh. I'm a huge fan of German Shepherds. Well, your German Shepherd's beautiful. But 2 Rhodesian Ridgebacks will patrol your property like on a mission. Lulu and my Lola kicking it. Rest in peace. Yeah, dude, there's so many. I love all dogs, bro. I'm not going to lie. I love all dogs. Serenity Gaming Studio, thank you for your service during the Battle of Endor. I'll take that one. Bro, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I fought on the side of them Ewoks with a big old Wookiee. Ooh. Lone Star said, UCMJ is Uniform Code of Military Justice. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Big love to you. Narnia said, JD, I'm low-K ignorant too. And it's okay, man. Like there's, I don't know how to read a DD-214. I don't know how to do all these things, because I never served. That's why anytime I have questions, I always go and I ask my homeboy Valhalla, or I ask my pops. I have people that I ask about that who are very knowledgeable about this shit. Or I come to you guys because, we are blessed with a lot of really awesome veterans here, which is super cool, man. And I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to educate little old me, man. I love that.
I yield back to you, Byron.
Chairman, I guess my question would be for the original sponsor of the motion, Ms. Mace. Is this? I guess I'm trying to understand where we're taking this, and it's when it comes to the transparency aspects. I'm 100% for that. We should do that.
Then vote for it.
But Nancy, that's not. I'm not saying I'm voting no. Like I'm for it, but I'm trying to understand why is it okay to say just the members and not
Congresswoman
staff?
Mace, I do have a title like everybody else in this room.
Come on, Nancy. We're just trying to have a conversation. I'm trying to get an
Congresswoman
assertion.
Mace, I have earned a title, and I watched the majority of men in this body just vote down a measure
Nancy,
to,
I have
to
never,
not disclose sexual
Congresswoman Mace,
harassment
I've never
records
disrespected
of
you at all. I'm
members
not
of
being
Congress.
disrespectful.
You
I'm
just
trying to get an
disrespected me as a
assertion.
woman.
No, I did not. You're taking it
Do
too
the
far. I'm
taxpayers
trying to
pay
get an
your
understanding
salary?
of what we're doing here. That's all I'm saying.
Taxpayers pay our salary, and taxpayers paid out
The
these
core question,
settlements.
reclaiming my time now.
Well, you're
The core
overtime
of the
now.
question is, why is there okay for a limitation just to members if these dollars have been paid on behalf potentially of staff, both currently on Capitol Hill and previously employed on Capitol Hill?
Look, I'm
if we're
in
seeking
favor
transparency,
of, I'm
what's
in
the limit?
favor of full disclosure, but if the other side of the aisle is concerned about legal limitations in disclosing it and not working, then I'm okay with focusing on just on members of Congress of both bodies, the House and the Senate. If you would like to do your own amendment either or do your own subpoena afterwards, then do that too. But this thing has to pass. I mean, the American people, we expect the American people to be held accountable to a totally different standard. And now we're saying, oh, because we don't have staff included, we're just going to vote this thing down. I'm talking about members of Congress, bodies in this House, bodies in the Senate. That's where the focus should be because the taxpayers are paying our salaries. And if this thing fails because of a technicality, then that is a failure of the American people.
So I see points on both sides. I genuinely do. And I don't think that Byron was disrespecting her. Byron did vote no on this Transparency Act in the end. He voted against exposing members of Congress in the Senate who have sexually harassed or abused women and used taxpayer dollars to pay out settlements to silence them. But, you know, I don't feel like he was disrespecting her. I feel like he was just trying to understand exactly what her intent with this was and find some common ground on it. I think this was a pretty crazy little exchange, but Mace goes hard.
I'm going with it. I want this thing to pass. I would like it to be unanimous. I would like both parties to vote for it, especially after the abject failure we just saw on the floor.
I'm a minute and 30 over, so I'm going to reclaim. All I'm going to say, if there's a technical concern, then what we're saying also is that the technical concern is not universal, that we're now picking and choosing what the technical concern is. And if we're going to now slay motions for this transparency, I would just say we should actually examine, according to what the chairman is saying, are we going to be consistent or are we not? That's all I'm saying. I yield back.
And somebody said Byron got his arrests expunged. I'm not educated as to what Byron was arrested for. But, you know, I think, honestly, I think that if you're not somebody who's a threat, now, I think there should be limitations to this. I think that, you know, if you are a sexual predator in any way, shape, or form, you know what I'm saying? I think you should never be able to have your shit expunged, bro. Never, ever. I don't think you should exist. Let's be very clear about that. But, you know, I think that if you serve your time and you are doing well, that you should be able to have your shit expunged. I'm currently trying to get my shit expunged. For me to get my shit expunged in Oregon, since it's liberal and pussy and soft on crime, it's really easy to get my shit expunged. I'm actually in the process. I'm talking to a lawyer, yada, yada, yada. It's all super boring. There's not a lot going on. In the state of Florida, I literally have to have a governor sign off on it. So whether that be DeSantis, and I'm working on that, and I have some cool people that are helping me try to figure out getting a weed and bribery is what it was. I don't think either of those are something that you shouldn't be able to get expunged at all whatsoever. I think that he deserves to be able to get those things expunged. I think that if you have some small time crimes that you haven't, you know, hurt nobody in a major way, you're not a threat to nobody. I think the only reason you should ever not be able to get your shit expunged is if you are at risk of being a continual threat to people. You know, weed and bribery are not that big of a fucking deal, dog. I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, he's clearly not a menace to society. He's changed his life. He's literally a sitting fucking congressman. He might be the next governor of the state of Florida. You know, whether I get it through DeSantis or if Byron or Jay Collins, I I know a lot of people like Fishback. I don't think Fishback has a chance. Fishback has so much going against him right now. You know, Fishback was doing a tour of meet and greets at Waffle Houses, and Waffle House just banned him from Waffle House for life. How crazy is it to get banned from Waffle House? I have seen so many fights in Waffle Houses. I think I've been to Waffle Houses dozens of times in Florida. I think it's maybe 1 out of every 3 times I go there is a fucking fist fight, dog. 1 out of every 3 times you go to a Waffle House, it ends up being a fist fight, whether it be in the parking lot or straight up in the restaurant. Waffle House gets down like Syndrome. And by the way, little known fact about Nancy Mace, she used to work as a waitress at the Waffle House. So when you see her getting combative and aggressive, she worked at the fucking Waffle House. So Waffle House actually banned Fishback for life. So, you know, it'll either be Byron, Jay Collins, or probably just Byron or Jay Collins. I don't think Fishback has a huge chance. I don't think that a Democrat has a chance at governor of Florida at this point. So I need one of them to sign off. I need the governor of Florida to sign off to get my felonies expunged in Florida. And I'm hoping that I get that opportunity. So, you know, I'm not going to hold it against somebody that they got their shit expunged. He did a lot less than I did, homie. You know what I'm saying? A lot less. Jelly Roll just got expunged for a violent crime in the state of Tennessee. He's a citizen again. I think that's beautiful. You know, I think that's really dope. Here is a list of this is a list of all the people that actually voted against this Transparency Act. And I want you to see, let me make this bigger so that you guys can see how expansive this fucking list is. This is the list of people who voted to keep concealed the members of Congress who use taxpayer money to cover up their sexual transgressions. Spoiler alert, it's like over 400 people. I think it's 430 something people. That's a long ass list, man. That is a long ass list. That's pretty crazy. I'd like to show you this clip too while we're here.
All right. I support Representative Mace. Mace's subpoena here as.
Y'all know that voice? That's Paulina Luna, representative from Florida. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. We have to stop everything real quick. I'm sorry, you guys. We have to stop everything real quick. Yo, Tweaked Pat. Dude, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that huge support, dude. What a blessing, man. Thank you. Big love. Been watching a lot of your stuff, and I love what you stand for. Keep up the fight, brother. Semper Fi. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you so much for that love, man. We're so glad to have you here as a part of this community. And I can't tell you how much your generosity means. That helps us keep going here. I spend a lot of time doing this, and you guys are like such a huge part of my life. I genuinely appreciate it. And thank you for being so kind, man. Big love to you, brother.
Well as the amendment to it. And I just think it's really disgusting how this institution protects itself, because y'all just half of them voted to send this stuff to House Ethics, where you know it's going to die. We know that members of Congress are using taxpayer dollars to pay off sexual harassment. We just had a member of Congress literally sexually harass a woman that then lit herself on fire, and you guys all protected him. You guys all protected my own side, your side. And so if you guys want to talk about victims, if you want to go out and virtue signal, and then you guys are going to kill her stuff on the floor and then try to pass. Yeah, of course, we should subpoena all of this stuff. But just, I'm not going to sit here and play games. I think it's a complete fraud. I think that's why the American people hate us. I think the midterms are coming up, and everyone should go on record for this. And I hope that members are exposed for this. I hope it goes back, I think, to the 70s, because it's wrong that it's happening. It's wrong that we cover up for it. It's wrong that we can't censor our own side because people are busy making deals because you guys don't want to censor your side. It's a deal that's been cut, and people hate us for it.
In a government full of tone-deaf, entitled assholes who don't understand and aren't in touch with the people that they are paid and elected to represent, Anna Paulina Luna just called it the fuck out. People hate us for it. This is why people hate us, because there's a two-tier justice system. We get away with shit that the normal American citizen would never be able to get away with. We do it on their dime. This is not being out of touch. This woman is a fucking fighter. She's also a veteran. She's been on the cover of, what was that, Men's Magazine? In a bikini with a machine gun. She's just an all-around gangster from Florida, and she was the main person who advocated for and pushed the bill in the state of Florida that made it so if you are under 13, if you hurt a child under the age of 13, they could give you the death penalty. She is a gangster, dog. I have much, much respect for Anna Paulina Luna. Victor said, JD was present when Wagner Group got glassed. That's true. That's true. I absolutely... old Joey Wagner, I beat old Joey Wagner to death with my bare hands, bro. Joey was a pussy. I'll fight him again, bro. We should revive him so I can whoop his ass again. That's real. That's real. Cindy said, took 4 to stop 1 Marine. Amen and hallelujah. I know that's right. Jackie said, the missus and me are getting a Cane Corso soon. That is dope. Cane Corsos are amazing dogs, homeboy. Hell yeah. F Shorts, I9W said, this has happened a few too many times under Trump. Clear lines being crossed, violating rights, sic semper tyrannis. I feel that, dog. A lot of people are pissed. A lot of people are pissed. Bobby Lynn said, you can't throw your voice while under contract. That is a UCMJ violation. If not, you can wear what you want to protest. The uniform brings more to the fight. He earned it. Wear it and voice your side. Okay, cool. So that gives me an answer because I'm unaware of these things because I never served. Thank you again, Bobby Lynn, for bringing clarity to these situations and letting me know, brother. We appreciate your service, your sacrifice, and you educating us on these things, man. Big love to you. Lynch and Geyser said, why the hell are my tax dollars being used to shut up and cover up for sexual abusers? This is insane. This is insane. For people like Tony Gonzalez, you never know. He may have paid that chick out. You know? Ghost Whiskey. No, they cannot protest or give commentary on the president while in service. Both my brothers were fresh out of basic when I asked them about what they can or cannot do, but this man was not in service. He is a veteran. He is a combat veteran. I talked with Valhalla at length about this. He ran me down. He analyzed, the dude's ribbons and what they mean. Dude saw combat, but he's no longer in. Victor said, make integrity great again. That would be a beautiful thing, brother. Honor, integrity, honesty, truth. These are foundational principles to the United States of America. William, what's up? How you doing, bro? To piggyback off of Darth, it only applies to active duty. On social media, personnel must clarify that the posts do not represent the stance of the military branch unit. I can't believe I had to quote a first sergeant. Hey, thank you so much, brother. So it sounds like legally, he was within his rights to be able to wear his uniform and protest legally. Whether he went about it in a way that was legal within the Senate meeting, the Senate hearing or not, would be something that we would have to look into further. But as far as his personal right to be able to wear that uniform and say whatever the fuck he wants because he fucking earned it, he was well within his rights, it sounds like. Victor said, bro, a Slurpee store discriminated against a couple political view and fired the crew. Things are getting charted real quick. It was actually a smoothie store. It was Smoothie King. I used to go to Smoothie King in Florida. When I was on meth, there were 2 things that I liked more than anything as far as nourishing my body. Frozen yogurt and smoothies. So I would frequent the Smoothie King and I'd be like, yo, do like 4 shots of protein in that bitch, bro. I haven't eaten in 2 days. Or I would get frozen yogurt because smoking meth hurts your mouth after a while when you've been doing it for a long while. Little backup on that. And yes, they did get fired for a dude had a Trump shirt on and they refused to serve him because he had a Trump shirt on. So Victor said, give Anna the apron because she cooked. Hell yeah. Volcupine said, my Congressman Jason Smith voted against it. Not surprised. I would hate to see all the kids who have been through his closet. Oh, Jesus, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, no. It's a bad deal, man. It's a bad deal how many people voted against this thing. It was an overwhelming majority voted to not expose these people. Did you guys see what Nancy Mace did to Tim Walz at this hearing? Because she's a go-getter, bro. It all made sense to me. As soon as I found out that she used to be a waitress at the Waffle House, I was like, okay, that's where she got this fire.
We are staying on Capitol Hill, folks, and there is Governor Tim Walz facing questions from Representative Nancy Mace. Let's listen in.
Do you know what a woman is?
I'm the governor of Minnesota, Congressman.
You know what
I'm not here to be your prop for your obsession.
So
I
if you
taught
can't
middle school.
Just so you know, that's a no. When somebody asks you what a woman is and you're like, you start naming off your job qualifications, well, I'm a governor and I used to teach middle school. That means you're violently retarded and you can't just answer the simple question.
Define what a woman is. You certainly can't define what fraud is. If you can't even define what a woman is, you can't define fraud. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2017, Governor?
Yep.
I don't have those numbers in front of me, Congresswoman.
Did you prepare for this hearing today? Did you
I
do any
did. I
preparation
take
for this
Congress
hearing today?
seriously.
And you've seen the numbers about autism fraud in Minnesota. So we're going to do some Minnesota math with you today, okay? Are you ready? How much?
He taught school. He taught school. He should know about math. This is old tampon Timmy. You know he loves being around kids and he's weird as fuck. He should know simple math, right?
How much money was spent on 2017 for autism in Minnesota? How much?
I don't know. I wasn't the governor.
Okay. Did you not just say that you prepared for this hearing today? $1 million, okay? A quick Google search or using your AI could tell you $1 million was spent. How much money was spent on autism in Minnesota in 2024?
I don't have the number in front of me. As
Were you governor
I
in
don't-
2024?
I was, but I'm not the
Okay,
head
so
of
your excuse before that you didn't know what 2017 autism numbers were because you were not governor, and today you can't answer the numbers about 2024 as governor, and you still said you prepared for this hearing today. It's unbelievable. $343 million was spent in 2024. What percent increase is that from 1 million to 343 million? What percentage increase is that?
I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell me.
Are you governor of Minnesota or not?
Yes, I am. I'm
Okay,
not.
well, when
not
I'm
a prop
governor of
for a
South
member of
Carolina,
Congress.
you can sure as hell bet that I'm going to know the math. The math is 34,200% increase, an increase of 343 times
Damn,
what it
dog.
was in this time period. Do you know the number of children in Minnesota?
And you all remember when my friend Nick Shirley was just out there in Minnesota showing all those daycare centers and autism centers where they didn't have a single fucking kid there? Not a single kid at these autism centers.
I know that Minnesota ranked as a top 3 state for
What
children
is the
in the
total
last year.
population in Minnesota?
5.7 million.
Okay. What is the total population of children in Minnesota?
I don't have the number in front of me
Are
right now.
you governor of Minnesota?
I know 400,000 were cut out of health care last
Okay,
week by
that's
the
not-
actions you made.
Are you governor of Minnesota?
I am.
And you
Not for long, bitch.
You don't know the number of children residing
I don't
in
have the
Minnesota.
specific number. It's 5.7 million.
That's your total
What is your age?
population.
What is the age? 0 to 5? 0 to 19?
You have approximately 1.2 million children in Minnesota.
What
I'm not
age?
even governor of South Carolina.
Now he wants to talk about age of consent. Now he's trying to, what age? I mean, 0 to 5, 0 to 18? Are 6-year-olds adults? Because if not, I might be in trouble. Don't check my hard drive.
Our population in South Carolina is 5.5 million. We have approximately 1.1 million children under the age of 18 in my home state of South Carolina, okay? As governor, I expect you to know this information. Thank God you're not vice president of the United States. Do you know approximately how many children in Minnesota are autistic or on the spectrum?
No, I don't have that number.
Okay. Well, if you take the CDC's roughly 1 in 36 kids are on the spectrum, we're talking about approximately 33,000 kids. In South Carolina, it's about 31,000 or so. What is, do you know what this is per child spending wise in the fraud for autistic kids in Minnesota?
Again, I'm not here to be your prop. Go ahead and tell us.
This isn't, is doing Minnesota math a prop? This is math. We're talking about fraud.
Minnesota ranks at the top. Where does South Carolina rank?
We're talking about money.
Where do South Carolina children rank on healthiness?
These are my questions for you. It doesn't go the other way around unless we're debating on the debate stage. But we're not.
If you're asking questions about being governor,
I'm asking you questions about being governor of Minnesota, which you can't answer. This is basic math. And you can't even answer. Do you even care about kids in Minnesota?
I'm not here to be your prop. I'm not here to. This is a failing fucking politician who's got caught in so much bullshit and fraud and lies that he just has to keep repeating himself like a fucking dilder. Wave him in the air for Tampon Tim, everybody. Wave him in the air for Tampon Timmy. In fact, let's crack one open for Tim. Let's crack one. Hey, Tim, here you go. This is for Tampon Tim, everybody. Hell yeah.
They rank near the top in every category. My children are fed. My children are housed. My children have health
getting the
care.
services they need in
My
Minnesota.
children have the best schools.
Clearly you don't. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I don't know about y'all. I think she cooked that motherfucker, bro. I think she cooked that motherfucker. I think she all the way wasted him, bro. She was like, hold on. She tore that dude up, bro. She tore that dude a new bussy. Old Bussy Tim is not looking good, bro. It's not looking good for old Bussy Tim. Sydney said, do you do crypto? I do not. I don't. I'm not. I think crypto is probably a bubble that's going to end up popping. I could be wrong, though. Dominar said, Anna Paulina Luna for president. Your thoughts? I mean, there's not another woman that I can think of that I would think would be more appropriate for it, to be honest with you. I really like her. I really like Tulsi Gabbard. I really like Nancy Mace. Lindsey Glazers. I can't believe Tony had herself killed like that. Nancy's cross-examination of Timmy was amazing. Absolutely. And Timmy got some leering to do. Well, Timmy's a hard leerer, man. You know what I'm saying? Timmy's a hard leerer. So, I wanted to just give us a brief overview of what's going on in the world today. I personally think that Tim needs to be in prison, possibly the wood chipper. I think there's a lot of investigating we need to do to see exactly how far down that hole we need to go. But, I think this was a beautiful example of somebody getting absolutely owned, man. She absolutely owned him. George Ferguson said Bill Clinton admitted that Pritzker the Hut was on the plane before he was governor of my state. Also, this fucker apparently owns gun stores. Damn, dog. I just want to say again, I love your profile picture, turd. Well, you guys, I'm going to jump off here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to be back real soon. We've got a lot to talk about this week, but I'm about 2.5 hours in, so we're going to call it. Big love and respect to everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you to all our veterans and our active duty for their service. Thank you for being a part of this community. It's wood chipper till the wheels come off, baby. Till the next one, one love. Be good or be